What's going on? I'm OG BVG, aka the Chosen One, BKA the 13th Warrior. How's everybody doing today? I'm gonna get a few people to come on, and we're gonna start this. I want to talk about South Carolina self-defense law. You know, I hear a lot of people go around and they don't know that South Carolina has the best self-defense law in the nation, hands down. I mean, really, if not, we're in the top 5. Self-defense. And but I hear a lot of people say, well, South Carolina doesn't have a self-defense law. No, we don't. We have what you call a castle doctrine law. And based on the castle doctrine, we don't have to retreat. A lot of self-defense laws, we have to retreat. But in South Carolina, we have 3 forms of self-defense. That's self-defense of others, self-defense of self, and self-defense of habitat. Okay? It's self-defense of others, self-defense of self, and self-defense of habitat. Self-defense of habitat, that's of your home. Self-defense of others, that's of friends, family, relative, or just a bystander. I'm going to go into it. South Carolina castle doctrine law, it is what it is. I mean, we have a right to bear arms. We have a right to protect our homes. And it's the law is actually the protections under South Carolina's castle doctrine. South Carolina Supreme Court ruled back in 2011, State versus Duncan. That was the case, State versus Duncan, 709 SE 2D 662. That's 709 SE 2D 6622. And you can look at everything that I'm saying. It says Protection of Persons and Property Act, which is still good law to this day. The law can be found 16-114. That's under South Carolina Code of Law 1611-14. You can either, it further extends to section 1611-440, which states a person who is not engaged in any unlawful activity and who is attacked in another place where he has a right to be has no duty to retreat and has the right to stand his ground and meet force with force, including deadly force, if reasonably believes it is necessary to prevent death or great bodily injury to himself. See, what y'all fail to realize, in a lot of states, if you can get away, you're supposed to get away. But in South Carolina, if you have a right to be there, you do not have to retreat. Nobody can bully you, make you leave. If you got a right to be there, you can use deadly force. Protections under the South Carolina castle doctrine extends outside of home and vehicle also. If you aren't engaged in an unlawful activity and you are attacked, you can stand your ground and meet the attacker with force, including deadly force, if you reasonably believe that your force is necessary to protect you or someone else. You don't have a duty to retreat. This protection applies in public places such as on a sidewalk or at the mall or at your place of business. Okay? This is even more. I'm gonna go a little further, right? You know how people like to start with people, and then first thing they do once they start with you, they call the police because you defend yourself. They can't do that. They don't supposed to do that, and a lot of people don't know that. If you defend yourself, you're immune from being sued, and you're immune from any type of prosecution. Any type of prosecution. Okay? We have a law here which is one of the strongest laws in South Carolina. And this law, this is the main reason that I'm on here today, because, I see a lot of people say they hate the police. Oh man, I can't stand the police. But the first time something happens, you call the police. The police don't know what's going on in our neighborhood unless we tell them. They don't know if we fighting in the neighborhood unless we tell them. Somebody has to tell them. But we got gangsters, people who run the penitentiary, who run the streets, But as soon as something don't go your way, or somebody in your neighborhood needs help, they have to call the police because you're not standing up for your community. That's what gangs were brought about, to protect your community. Oh, the police, they go around our neighborhood. But police start riding in your neighborhood because your neighborhood hot because everybody calling them, telling them what's going on. You know what I mean? You tell them what's going on. That's why they in your neighborhoods. But if a guy's beating up on his girlfriend, y'all call the police instead of handling it yourself. The law says we can handle it ourselves. Yeah, the law plain says we can handle this ourselves. We can protect our own community. We don't have to call for backup. We can protect our own community. That's why the kids are getting bullied, and that's why the older people getting bullied. People in the neighborhood are scared to stay in their homes. The Constitution says you're allowed to stay in your home without molestation. You cannot be molested in your home. So people should be able to sit in their house and keep their doors unlocked. And the gang members, you sitting out right outside, you watch a guy go in there and rob this old man, rob the kid, shoot everybody, when you can handle it yourself. I ain't calling the police because I ain't no snitch. You, little buddy, that's not an excuse in South Carolina, buddy. Right now, there's a book called Request to Charge, Criminal, 2nd edition. It's the most prestigious book in the state of South Carolina. It's written by some of the most prestigious lawyers in the state of South Carolina, ranging from Jack Swerling, Delgado, everybody else. Lots of lawyers went into this, and everybody proofread it and everything before it was ever written. And in there, it has a major section that says defense of others. That means that if you see somebody doing something unlawful to a person, that means you can step up and defend that person and use the same amount of force they would have used to get them off them, including deadly force. The law says, under the defense of others law, the defendant may take another's life in the defense of others. The right to intervene to protect another person is subject to the same rights and limitations as the right of self-defense. The defendant may take the life of a person who assaults a friend, a relative, or a bystander if that friend, relative, or bystander would have had the right of self-defense. And this law is self-defense of others, which extends to right to act on appearance. That means you can step up and take that person's fight. You can step up and help that person, especially if the person's bigger or there's a large range in age, stuff like that. And kids. We're sitting here and we're complaining about our kids being bullied in school. But every bully has his match, So now you bullies are sitting here bullying people, but you other bystanders are here complaining about it when you got a right to step up. You can do more with numbers. If there's a guy in the neighborhood assaulting his wife and you want him out of the neighborhood, you got numbers. If he's beating this woman, man, you got all these cameras. Pop your camera out, pop it, man, walk up to him, man, what are you doing? You got numbers. Y'all gang members and stuff like that. Y'all got numbers. Man, what are you doing? Man, ask him to leave 2 or 3 times. Man, listen, man, please, man, leave that girl alone. He don't leave. He continues to beat her. The law says self-defense of others. Self-defense of others. You have the right to defend that person. Okay? Now, I want to go a little deeper. We get out of prison and, the Constitution said we have a right to bear arms, right? So that means they can't completely take that right from us. Even though you're a convicted felon, once you get out of prison, if you're not on probation or parole, you restore all your rights except for your right to possess a firearm, okay? But South Carolina has a law. It's called State of South Carolina versus Demetric Burrs. This case was ruled on 1999. You can possess an illegal weapon it doesn't matter whether it's a gun, knife, a baseball bat. You can possess an illegal weapon as long as at the time you had a right to defend yourself or others or your habitat. Yeah, this is good law. And I have it right here just in case, people don't believe it. You pull your camera a little closer and look, here's the law right here. convicted felons, don't be stupid. I'm just giving to you raw and uncut. The state versus Burris, Demetric Burris. This law plainly says that you have a right to defend yourself, and you can possess an illegal weapon if you have a right to defend yourself at that time. That means if a person come in your house, you're a convicted felon, person come in your house, break in your house, you have a right to blow their back out, to kill them. South Carolina law doesn't say, no, you just can get them off you. It says you can use deadly force. I didn't make these laws. This is South Carolina Supreme Court, the legislature. They ruled on all this. Everything that I'm telling you, like I said, you have a right to a counsel doctor hearing. This is stuff that I've done and won in court. You know, here's actually one of my cases I won. I did on my own. You know, it's pursuant to request for counsel doctor hearing pursuant to 1611-450. Right? This is something that I fought myself. I won myself. So what I'm telling you, you know, when everybody was in prison, you know, doing their thing, and I don't knock what they do, I was getting my paralegal studies on. You know, I mean, like I said, I completed Blackstone Career Institute. I did that, you know. And, you know, we have people sitting on Facebook, you know, and like I said, what really got me into it, a guy made a statement, you know, there's no self-defense law in South Carolina. I don't know where you got that from. People sit here and tell you anything. But you people will sit here and won't study the law. But you'll sit and go down and read everybody's posts. But you allow people to handle you any kind of way. And as for, you know, the community, the gang members, the militia, the Masonic Lodge, the Muslims, the 5%ers, all you organizations, I'm talking about the motorcycle gangs, we have a right to defend our community. Why are we calling the police? You don't want to be called a snitch. You don't want to call the police. You don't want this on your record. You don't want to be this. Well, take it into your own hands. There's no record for where I'm from. There's no record of nobody coming around doing drive-by shootings on Laney's Corner. There's no record of that. There's no history of anybody coming around doing anything like that. You know, I'm going to protect that neighborhood to the highest utmost. My dad's going to protect that neighborhood. You know, we're known for that. You know, and I had an incident not too long ago. And the police, the Chesterfield Police Department, my dad's home that he live in on Laney's Corner is in my name. The Chesterfield Police Chief Hewitt and his crew, I pepper sprayed somebody on my land. On my land. Well, I'm talking about that I own. My family owned all my life. They came in and charged me with 3rd degree or 2nd degree, I can't remember, assault. Telling me that by the person having a right to be there, that I had to retreat. No. The law says that if an invitee, a person who's invited to your habitat, that person could defend anybody there and can stop an intruder unless it's the owner. If it's the owner, they must retreat. That's the law. And like I said, some of the best lawyers in the state wrote this book. Some of the best senators in the state wrote this book, because you have lawyers and senators wrote this book. And it says that you, under no circumstances, on your habitat where you live, do you have to retreat for anybody. Nobody has any right to be on your land. And I say that to say this, we have to sit and understand the law and quit telling people telling us stuff and they can't prove it. Everything that I just told you, you have a right to look up. You have a right. I mean, I can, if you want to inbox me and ask me questions, like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm paralegal. I completed paralegal studies. You know, I done it. I got cases all through the books. You know, in the penitentiary, I had cases overturned and everything. I've done this pro se. Pro se means I've done it myself. No lawyers involved. I did everything myself. And it's written. But I want everybody to understand this counsel doctrine in South Carolina. It's something that we can defend ourselves with, man, and we can stand our ground, and we have that right. And I encourage everybody to stand up and defend yourself and your habitat as well as your community, man. You know, and speaking of little kids getting bullied and stuff, I mean, You have numbers. If you see a kid getting bullied, y'all need to come together. You know what I mean? You need to get in touch with some of your local gang members. I mean, because people are, oh, don't tell the police. But what if you tell your local blood, your local Crip, your local G, or a Muslim, or somebody in the community that you see is the muscle? You know what I mean? Some of them that's going to step up for you. You know what I mean? Like in my hometown, I can talk to any principal at the school. Contact me. If you feel your kids being bullied and it's something that need to be handled, come talk to me. We'll get something done. We'll stop that without the violence. We don't even need the violence to go on. It's my word. If your kid is being bullied and somebody's bullying your kid, contact me. 843-703-9824. 843-703-9824. Or go on the book. If your kid scared to go to the football games or basketball games, contact me. You don't have to snitch. You don't know. You don't have to do anything. Contact me. I'll go to the game with your child, watch your child doing every game, because I'm there. I'm willing to go all out for my community. I want to go out for where I live. I love Chesterfield County. And everywhere I go in Chesterfield County, it's the same story. Beaver's about his business, you know. And I love my people, and I'm for my people. If you ain't willing to die for something, if you're not willing to die for something, you're not worthy to be living, all right? And like I said, I remain the same, OG Beaver G, a.k.a. the Chosen One, BK the 13th Warrior. Y'all have a nice day.